broadcasting across the nation from the East Coast to the West, keeping you up to date on technology while enjoying a little whiskey on the side, with leading-edge topics, along with special guests, to navigate technology in a segmented, stylized radio program. The information that will make you go, Pull up a seat, raise a glass with our hosts as we spend the next hour talking about technology for the common person. Welcome to TechTime Radio with Nathan Mumm.
Well, welcome to TechTime Radio with Nathan Mumm, the show that makes you go, technology news of the week, the show for the everyday person, broadcasting across the nation with insightful segments on subjects weeks ahead of the mainstream media. We welcome our radio audience of 35 million listeners to an hour of insightful technology news. I'm Nathan Mumm, your host and technologist with over 30 years of technology expertise. Our co-host Mike Day is in the studio, of course, and he's the award-winning author and a human behavior expert. Now, today is our Thanksgiving show, so we're going to be talking about what we are most thankful for in technology. Now, we're live streaming during our show on 6 of the most popular platforms, including YouTube, Twitch.tv, Facebook, LinkedIn, and now Kick and Rumble. We encourage you to visit us online at techtimeradio.com and become a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/techtimeradio. We're all friends from different backgrounds, but we bring the best technology show possible weekly for our family, friends, and fans to enjoy. We're glad to have Odie, our producer, at the control panel today. Welcome, everyone. Let's start today's show.
Now on today's show.
All right. Today's show is all about the turkey. Gobble, gobble. You know, we got a special sound effect that Odie's going to be playing during the show with the turkey gobble. So that will be interesting. We also have...
Why the spoilers?
There you go.
That's very unique.
Isn't that? That's original. So anytime in our turkey episode that she wants to jump in, she's going to play that, and then we'll all go silent, and then we'll let her say whatever needs to be done. There you go. All right. We have our special guest. So it's a episode for a holiday. So guess what that means we have on? There's one guest that is our holiday guest.
Oh,
he comes on for Halloween.
He's the scariest guy I really like.
He's the scariest guy you really like. We have Nick Espinoza back on the show today, so we're thankful for that. And you know what? I am thankful for the radio crew all here today, and of course, whiskey. Mike, what are you thankful for?
Are you just going to lay that on me
just
right
curious.
now?
Yeah, what are you thankful for?
What am I thankful for? I'll be thankful that this day is almost over.
This day is almost over. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, in addition to that, we have our standard features, including Mike's mesmerizing moment, technology fail of the week, possible Nathan nugget, and of course, our pick of the day whiskey tasting to see if our selected whiskey pick gets 0, 1, or 2 thumbs up by the end of the show. Now, though, it's time for the latest headlines in the world of technology.
Here are our top technology stories of the week.
All right. Story number 1, Dubai to launch world's first flying taxi service. Dubai is posed to make history as the first city worldwide to roll out a commercial flying taxi network.
Meet the Jetsons, buddy.
All right, let's go to Lisa Walker for more on this.
Dubai, known for its supercar culture and luxury lifestyle, draws millions of visitors each year and is home to millions of residents. Yet, despite its sprawling highways, traffic congestion remains a daily challenge, with rush hour commutes stretching to 45 minutes across the city's core 10 miles. While not LA traffic woes, this is a challenge for this tourist-driven city. That gridlock could soon be cut in half with the arrival of the Joby S4 air taxi, an electric vertical takeoff and landing, eVTOL aircraft, capable of soaring through the skies at speeds up to 200 miles per hour. Would you take the sky for an estimated $200 per person trip? Back to you guys in the studio.
Seriously.
All right, so Odie, I'm going to go right to Odie first. Odie?
Well, you know my opinion about flying cars.
Okay,
what's your opinion about flying cars?
I'm against them.
Why?
Because people... Okay, wait, hold on.
There's hard enough for people driving off the ground, right?
Yeah, why do they need to be off the ground in order to drive?
But this is a taxi service.
This is a taxi service.
Right.
That's
Uber.
different.
And you know who sucks more at driving than regular people?
Taxi people?
Taxi people.
Oh, wow. You're not from New York.
I don't need to be. I've seen the footage.
Okay. Well,
and I've been to New York.
I think it's funny that they're whining about 45 minutes for 10 10 miles. They
Also,
really
that's
need
nothing.
they really need to come over here into Seattle and like
What's
go
your name,
2
Lisa
miles in
Walker?
45
Yeah, Lisa.
minutes.
Lisa did say that
It's not like LA.
It's not like LA.
Well, nothing's like LA.
And mind you, I've been to Guatemala. Guatemala traffic is so much worse than here.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
horrible.
That makes sense.
Wow.
Well, built by the California-based Joby Aviation, the fleet promises zero emissions, minimal noise, quieter than a helicopter, in the range of 100 miles per hour flight.
That doesn't. Okay.
Until it wrecks.
How are we gonna regulate this? Are we gonna have pilots driving this?
Well, hang on. Hey, that's a great question to ask. Let's
triggered
continue
by
on the
We're
story.
talking about Dubai here.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the U.S.
Full operations are scheduled to begin March 31st, 2026, cementing Dubai's claim to the birthplace of flying taxis. The network will feature 4 vertiports, specialized hubs for takeoff, landing, and servicing, strategically located across the city. Now, once we go and talk about the strategically located, it's the highest bidders that it's going to go to the 4 destinations of highest bidders. So the first place they're going to have it, of course, is the international airport. So Dubai's international airport will have one of these that will land and pick up your.
Now, I think that's
guests.
probably one of the hardest things to regulate right there.
Right there, regulating.
Yeah, because you're already dealing with a lot of airspace control. Now you have to deal with all these little electric taxis flying.
They'll
in
probably
and out.
take you like 5 miles off on some shuttle first, and then you have to wait like 30 minutes to. So what's going to end up happening is you're going to wait 30 minutes, load this thing, take another 10 minutes, unload, take another 10
So
minutes.
it's going to take 50 minutes to go 10 miles instead of 45?
Yes, but you'll feel like it's less. Well,
Yeah.
The second drop off is Atlantis, the Royal Hotel Complex, the Dubai Mall, the world's busiest shopping center with 1,100.
That's 111 million.
111 million.
111.
Sorry, 111 million visitors yearly. And guess what? You can also take a stroll down to the waterfront in the marina near the American University. So those are the 4 hub spot locations.
Oh.
You know, if any country is gonna do it, it's gonna be Dubai.
I mean, they own
it's just
golf
not practical.
networks now.
Yeah.
They own. I mean, they have just so much money to spend.
Hey, aren't
They
you
can't
supposed to
spend
gobble before you jump into the conversation?
Oh my God. There we go.
it. There you go.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
If I have a pet tiger, can they fly my pet tiger around?
Well, so here's the thing though. It only allows for passengers to check in with 1 pilot and 4 passengers. So that means you're getting a total of 4 people back and forth. Now the price is estimated
How
around.
many people do you fit in a regular cab?
Okay, well I guess it's the same.
It's not like a clown car.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Well, you sound really surprised about that.
Well, I would figure if you're doing this, it should at least have like 6 to 8 people, so you could get
So like a
We're talking
Yeah,
about
like
a
a
taxi
minivan.
service, not a van service.
Okay, all right. Well,
A shuttle van.
So you got 4 people in there, including, of course, the pilot for safety. Supposedly these are drone supported, so I don't know if that means that they can just kind of set a circle and it goes up and down and hopefully takes care of itself.
No, that means the pilot is sitting in a nice cozy office with a Xbox controller. That's what that
in
means.
the back. He's good. He's like, look at what I can do here. All right. Well, they say each station will support a total of 4,200,000 landings annually. So
42,000.
yeah, so that's not
That's
bad.
not that many.
Unless
You don't think that's that many?
No.
Well, at $200 a pop per passenger. So I mean, yeah,
it's gotta be okay.
it's for the rich, right? It's for the rich and elite.
Yeah, this is everything in Dubai is for that purpose.
It is.
That's like the world's version of Vegas. I think.
Yeah.
It's all about money.
Okay.
It's all about money in both places. Let's just say
Let's
that.
be real. All right. So that's the story. It's number 1. So.
Okay. Well,
Taxi
you know,
service.
if I was how do you deal with unruly passengers?
You just throw them right out.
No, do you cut the engine to let it free fall for 30 seconds or what?
Just think of the first accident that happens, right? You're gonna take out
That's
a side.
that's gonna.
It's like the superhero movies. You ever see that they destroy all of New York? So that means you got like hundreds and thousands of people that would die in a superhero movie, but we just continue on following the main Avenger people, and we're happy for them. The whole sides of buildings are being collapsed, and it's like no big deal. So I guess when this falls from the sky and it takes out some office working location and such, it's like it's no big deal. It's we'll just continue on.
Okay. I'm really glad that you found a way to put the Avengers into this story. It's usually Star Trek, but hey.
You know what? I'm thankful that technology is moving forward with these helicopter device.
Yeah, what about helicopters?
Well, they get replaced with these things. They're obsolete.
God.
That's such an old technology.
Oh man, that's terrible.
That's right.
All right, they just whatever.
All right. All right. Story
number two. Australia is banning social media.
Wow.
For people 16 and under. They are making headlines with a world first starting December 10th. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube will have to shut down teen accounts and block new ones. Parents will not be punished. Instead, the responsibility will fall on the tech giants with fines up to $50 million.
Wow.
Well, why are they banning? Why do you think they're banning?
Well, because clearly people log on to these accounts and they do stuff that they probably shouldn't do at a much younger age.
So I've been talking about this forever, right?
You have. So this should be like, this is like, you're thankful for them finally listening to you.
I think this is probably one of the best things that anybody could do here. But finally, a government study found that 96% of kids aged 10 to 15 are on social media. And most have already seen harmful content that includes cyberbullying, misogyny, eating disorder, grooming, which leads to depression and anxiety, addiction, things like that. More than half reported being cyberbullied. Parents are grateful somebody's finally stepping in to protect their kids' well-being. The ban covers 10 major platforms, while gaming apps like Roblox and Discord aren't included yet. YouTube Kids and Google Classroom are exempt, but the government says the list will evolve. Families can be thankful that risks are being reviewed, not ignored. Companies will have to use age assurance tools, IDs, facial recognition, or AI that guesses age. Meta has already started closing teen accounts, mistakes and all. Parents can be thankful the burden isn't on them to police accounts. It's on the platforms. Critics argue, of course, that teens will fake ages, which we've talked about. Okay. They will use VPNs, which we've talked about. Or they will feel isolated without online communities. Now, there is some concern there. Privacy concerns loom too, with sensitive data needed for verification, but the government insists protections are strong, requiring companies to destroy data once it's used. That's something to be thankful for in an era of endless hacks. Globally, Australia is leading the way, but Denmark, Norway, and France are considering similar bans, while the UK has toughened safety rules. So, that's a very drastic measure, but I think in the long run, it's probably the best.
So you were talking about some concerns about teenagers being cut off. Do you think that if they don't have access to this, that will actually cause them issues? Or
yeah, of course it will, because we have learned over time doing this that you can form tight-knit little communities online. It's not unusual for a person in today's age to have a friend that you've never met personally, that you talk to them regularly over voice, that you're gaming together, that you're doing things together, and you've never seen them in person. That's a more common thing there. So there is going to be a problem with limiting that connection.
So I think, then I think the gaming communities may take a little step up, because you're still going to be able to game, right? So this is really just kind of
they haven't done it this is for social media. So they haven't done it for Discord yet and things like that. So they're not fully taking that away yet.
So then what's going to happen is all these Instagram platforms are all going to be the old person's platform, and then the young kids will figure out a new way to do something else that's online. I mean, that's what always happens, right?
Probably.
They always try to find a way to sneak out.
They're going to find ways around the rules. They always will.
I'm curious about the maybe learning aspect of it, because growing up, we've often looked up stuff on YouTube that's educational or life referencers or whatever, blah, 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 blah. How are they going to regulate that?
I don't know.
I am kind of for it, though, because there's a lot of
cyberbullying.
There's a lot of cyberbullying. Also, the attention spans that are so different with the kids that are growing up now is insane.
Yeah.
Like you were talking about it, how nobody in a meeting can, like Gen Z, can pay attention. I don't think it's that bad with
it's
Gen
bad.
Z.
Like 5 minutes in,
but
everybody's like,
that's what I'm thankful
I need my
for.
shot.
Yes,
that's what I'm thankful
but
for. I'm too poor to pay attention.
It's not as bad as the kids that are currently in school, like grade school right now. Yeah.
So it's going to get worse. So soon we're going to have like a 30-second ad now that runs on.
That's too long.
It is. That's what they're
too
saying.
long.
They're saying that now for ad time, they're trying to get it down to 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Because 30 seconds is now considered too long. A minute, they say that a minute commercial does nothing anymore because people tune it out.
Yeah.
How long were commercials when we were kids?
They were 60 seconds to 90 seconds, depending on which.
I would
they
say
were.
90 seconds is the average.
Up to 2 minutes.
It could be up to 2 minutes, yeah. And commercial breaks were anywhere between 3 to 4 minutes. I just am rewatching TV shows, and it's interesting because they end at 43 minutes, depending on how long. So A-Team, 43 minutes for a show. Then if you move in, which is in the early 80s, and then you move in towards the end of Friends, sometimes you get 45 minutes. So you can see that there used to be even longer commercials earlier in the television generation that got a little bit slower out, and the episodes got a little longer.
Yeah, that's all part of what we have been doing socially with the advent of technology. You know, we sit here and talk about how technology is awesome, but the problem with it when it intersects with humans is often the benefits are outweighed by the negative side effects. And social media is one that I have been complaining about for the last few years.
You know what? We're thankful that they finally listened to you.
Thank you, Australia. I appreciate you listening to me. I know that I am the awesomest guy to be talking about this stuff. So thanks, Australia.
That's right. There
we go.
All right. Story number 3. Would you like to run?
Let's move on from my awesomeness.
No, you're so awesome.
Okay,
all right.
Let's go.
All right. Would you like to run with little to no effort? Nike thinks so. They just might make you thankful for robotic shoes.
Okay.
So let me just tell you this.
You remember? Okay. So when we were kids, we thought that tennis shoes would make us run faster.
Yes, we did.
Right. So
Nike
they would come out with Nike stuff,
the white Nikes with the little red end on it. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we would buy sneakers that think that we were going to run faster. Now we actually have that.
No, we actually have that. So Nike just unveiled a Project Amplify, a futuristic shoe with built-in robotics designed to help everyday runners and walkers go further with less effort. Think of it as an e-bike for your feet. A lightweight motor, drive belt, and battery cuff work together to mimic your calf muscles, giving you a boost whether you're jogging or just strolling. The carbon fiber shoe can even be worn without the robotic gear.
Yeah.
Nike says
one step closer to...
So think of this. Now you could all of a sudden decide to go and do a mile run in about 10 to 12 minutes, and you don't even have to put that much effort into it.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the point? What's the point of doing a mile run then you don't have to put any effort into it?
Well, do you still burn the same amount of calories?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. If you're not using it for... If you're not putting all the effort in, you're not getting the same benefits.
So are they like boots that you pull on?
So they have a whole strap. Yeah. So absolutely go take a look. There's a strap behind the back that you can loosen and not have it be there. So it has the logic of when you're moving it to move your foot back and kind of move it forward, but you can disable this. That's been tested by 400 athletes. It says it's not for pros, but it's for the everyday person to help them move more.
Yeah, to help with endurance.
Yeah.
Because once a person gets tired and they don't want to do it, that's where they stop. But if a machine is forcing you to keep going, I do think it's a bit excessive because you should listen to your body.
I don't really see it that way.
You know?
Of course, you know.
I don't think it'll help.
I'm not an exercise physiologist, so I don't exactly know. But if I am using something to make, if I go out and I run 5 miles a day, which, you know, I used to do.
Okay.
I used to be able to do that. I would run 5 miles a day, right? And that would build up my endurance over time.
Right.
So I would build up endurance.
But what if this helps you start again?
Now, I can see it for people that have medical issues like myself. Like my knees are gone from years and years of martial arts. I have arthritis in my hips. I'm fat.
We like to say big boned.
No, it's not big bone. I'm fat. I got fat.
All right.
Right. So this would be a helpful way of me being able to do things like navigate my stairwell because walking up and down stairs really hurts.
Okay. Well,
right?
But your body's still doing that. It's just pushing you to keep going.
No, it's just making it easier for me to do it.
It's like an e-bike. I love e-bikes now that I've been on one. I was at one over in France. I've never been on an e-bike before. Oh my gosh. If I can pedal 3 rotations and get me much further than I was.
Yeah. I see these things all over the place too.
Okay.
Right? E-bikes all over the place, and these kids are they are wearing motorcycle helmets because these kids are running up and down the street on these e-bikes. Right? They're not getting any exercise value out of those. In 10 years, if we keep going this way, everybody's going to strap themselves into some sort of robotic thing to get them from A to B.
Okay, that's Avatar, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then we'll be
blue guys
It's
in a different world.
Sure,
And
we
they
can
connect
do
by
it like
tail.
that. It's going to be more like Wall-E. We're going to be sitting in these
God,
floating
I love Wall-E.
floating chairs, all fat and lazy and not doing anything.
All
A
right.
meal in a cup, man.
A meal in a cup.
A meal in a
you know
cup.
where that? Yeah, you know where that comes from, right?
No. Other than Wall-E?
It
You
comes
know
from-
the whole theory about where the Wall-E people were getting their food, right?
What's that?
No.
Were they eating humans?
No, it's like Soylent Green.
Oh, Soylent Green. What a movie. I remember
It's
watching
people.
that in the 70s.
It's people. We're eating people.
That's right. We're thankful for people. That ends our top technology stories of
Yeah,
the
we
week.
do have a resource right there. Right?
When we return, Nick Espinoza from Security Fanatics will join the show. What is he thankful for? We'll find out next. You're listening to Tech Time with Nathan Mumm. See you after the commercial break.
Looking for custom glass solutions for your next commercial project? Hartung Glass Industries is your trusted partner in custom glass fabrication. For over 100 years, Hartung has delivered proven manufacturing expertise, comprehensive product offerings, and dependable service and quality. From energy-efficient facades to custom shower doors, we create glass solutions tailored to your project needs. With 8 facilities across the U.S. and Canada, we combine national expertise with a local touch-ensuring faster service and unparalleled customer care. Hartung Glass Industries, where quality meets innovation. Visit hartungglass.com to learn more.
Welcome back to Tech Time with Nathan Mumm. Our weekly show covers the top technology subjects without any political agenda. We verify the facts. We do it with a sense of humor in less than 60 minutes. And of course, with a little whiskey on the side. Today, Mark Gregoire, our whiskey connoisseur, is in the studio. Mark, what do we have today? It's a little different. We haven't poured the whiskey yet. So
What? I was going to ask you, how was the whiskey during the break?
I was going to say, I haven't.
We can't.
I'm
we
not
can't
slurring
drink it.
my words yet, so I don't know what to do.
Nice. Well, today we're going to be drinking Little Book, the Infinite Edition 1. It's a special bottle that I bought for a special reason. And so we are doing a fresh cork pop, which we've never done on the show before.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right. Is that what you're
Yeah.
thankful for, Mark? Is fresh pops?
Oh, I'm
New
thankful for a lot
milestones,
of
man.
things.
This is new. I
New
like
milestones.
Yes. Here we go.
this. Oh, it's taking the wax.
And we
off.
you ready for the pop?
See, you don't
Try
need
to get
liquor to slur your words.
Oh, look at that pop. That sounded fantastic.
I will hand it to you, Mike. You can pour it for everybody while I tell everybody a little about this.
Give me your glass.
All right. There you go. Thanks, Mike.
From Jim Bean's website, our very first edition, the liquid that will form the foundation of the Infinity Barrel. Once a year, we'll bottle some up for the world to try, then explore how to push the profile forward through blending. So savor this whiskey today and come back in a year for its next evolution. It lays the groundwork for notes of oak, char, and smoke, then brings in rich flavors of dark fruit, cherry, and brown sweets. And it's all rounded out with the bourbon where caramel, vanilla, and baking spices notes really shine through. Perfectly balanced, yet unlike anything we've made before. So this is from Beam Suntory. It's the Jim Beam Distillery in Claremont, Kentucky. Straight bourbon. It's a blend of straight bourbons. They are aged 7 to 20 years.
Okay.
Wow.
Now, it says come on back here in a year. So do you add a different flavor to it in the year?
We will talk about that in the mumble, so stay tuned.
Okay, because
What that
I was
means.
kind of curious because this is the original, right? So this
This
is
is
the
the first.
unaltered. This is the unaltered.
This is
version.
edition 1. This is the start. This one is 119.3 proof, and it is a blend of 4 bourbons. So as we mentioned, those 4 bourbons range from 7 years. So one is 7 years, one's 20 years, and then the other 2 are in between. And it goes for MSRP of $200.
Oh,
Wow. Well, it needs a little more air.
It does.
Well, we'll let it air out a bit. It had
But it has a good finish.
it has a good finish. A little bit of a bite. But
Well, it's almost 120 proof, and
So
it's the
that-
first drink of the day for us. So
Yeah.
well, at least the first drink of the day that we publish online. Right. That's right.
Now, don't forget to like and subscribe. Drink responsibly. Heaven can wait.
Thank you so much, Mark. Let's see if this opens up Breeze a little bit. You know, we're getting up tons of culture. You know what? I don't know if I don't know if I can handle all this.
All this culture.
Yeah, is this a new thing that whiskey places are doing, or is this something that always happens where they have a bottle like this? I've never heard of like a first edition and opening it and doing that. So is that new, Mark?
Well, the opening it on the air, you'll find out more in the mumbles. That's
Okay.
a personal thing.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody has to open up their liquor bottle.
This is one of the first new ones where they're trying to create like an infinity bottle going on and on. Now, different editions, a lot of whiskeys have different editions, first edition, second. I mean, all the Elijah Craigs and Larcenies and...
So is the idea that you never have the bottle empty and that you're always filling it with different stuff?
Well, that's kind of the home affinity bottle. So when you have some people, when they first pop it, they'll pour the first ounce like into this bottle of every whiskey that they take. And then other people do it at the very end, like the very last pour. And then it just kind of mixes.
Is that like
and
restaurants putting ketchup into older ketchup bottles? Is that what you're talking about?
A little bit. And then so every time you go and drink from your infinity bottle, it tastes different because you're continually adding different
Or like
liquids.
sourdough
Yeah,
bread,
it's
right?
kinda
You
like-
take a starter and you keep on having different.
Right.
It's kind of
Okay.
like,
Wow.
you know,
All right. Thank you so much for that tasting there, Mark. With our first whiskey tasting completed, let's move on to our feature segment. Today, our technology expert. Are you okay, Mike?
no.
Okay. All right.
I'm thankful for you, Nathan, and your ability to talk the way you do.
All right. Today, our technology expert, Nick Espinoza, is joining the show. Nick is an expert in cybersecurity and network infrastructure. He's consulted with clients ranging from small business to the Fortune 100 level. In 1998, at the age of 19, Nick founded Windy City Networks, which was later acquired in 2015. He then created Security Fanatics, where he's the chief security fanatic. We now welcome Nick to the show.
This is a segment we call Ask the Experts.
All right, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Hey, we're so excited to have you. Tell us a little bit about yourself to our new listeners. We can see that you're in your main office location again. The walls are a little bit barren. Explain maybe that to our guest also.
Yes, well, I'm moving locations. I finally bought the bunker on the island I've always wanted.
Okay.
And so by virtue of that, you can all find me by boat. So looking forward to that.
Awesome.
There you go. And also, can I just say, Soylent Green is people? Dude, spoilers, Mike. I was going to watch that next week.
Oh, sorry, man.
1970s movie spoilers.
All good. But no, I'm Nick Espinoza, the chief security fanatic of Security Fanatics, like you said, and I'm always happy to be here.
Whatever you do, if you're going to watch a marathon rerun, don't rewatch Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Wow. That was, the new movie's coming on out, so I went back to watch
How's
that.
that have anything to do with Soylent Green there, buddy?
Well, I'm just saying old movies, when you sometimes go back and watch them, wow.
Yeah, I just watched Smokey and the Bandit yesterday.
Well, some of them are fun and some of them are good. But when you start using technology and you're trying to do this end of the world scenario, and yeah, okay. All right. Well, Nick, you know what? Let's talk about things that we're thankful for, right? This is our show. And today we are talking about everything that we're thankful for because it's our Thanksgiving episode. So I'm sure you have many things you're thankful for, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
All right. So let's talk about with some of the few of your top items. Nick, what is your most important and thankful item that you want to share with on the show today?
Sure. And obviously, for the record, audience, we are keeping this in the cybersecurity world because I'm thankful for other things outside of that as well. But I am actually really thankful for what is known as the CVE database. And this is the Common Vulnerability and Exposures Framework, or CVE. This basically assigns a unique record to every reported vulnerability on the entire planet. And it's been around since 1999. Essentially, what this did was it codified the entire world on the same platform for understanding what vulnerability is. It's so unbelievably important. And we take it for granted. And this year was no different in terms of taking it for granted, except earlier this year, while the Trump administration's DOJ was doing everything, they were doing their thing to like cut and slash absolutely everything and shut down government departments and all of that. The funding for the CVE was actually cut. Now, the CVE is run by an organization called MITRE. They're like a quasi-governmental organization, and their funding comes from the U.S. government. At the 11th hour, due to please, I actually put out an entire PowerPoint video on why the CVE is like the most important thing ever. It got temporary funding back, and so we're running on temporary funding right now. But if that goes away, this is a huge problem. So it really underscores the need to have this funded, around the world. But I'm really thankful that this database exists because, again, common vulnerability is so unbelievably important. When the North Koreans hack something, we now all know exactly what that vulnerability is and how to treat it thanks to the CVE. So super, super important.
So this sounds like WebMD for tech stuff.
I don't know. WebMD is
maybe not. Maybe WebMD is the wrong reference, but
everybody's dying on WebMD, right?
Well, and depending on the CVE, you're dying too technologically. So,
okay.
So I'll take the analogy.
Okay.
I'll take the analogy. Although I will say this, WebMD did tell me I was dying at one point in my mid-20s. I woke up basically it's the day of one of my best friend's weddings. And within an hour, I was on the floor writhing in pain. And like a nerd, I didn't call 911. I crawled to my laptop and I went to WebMD and it told me my appendix exploded. And I am grateful my appendix did not explode and I had a kidney stone. But
but that's what WebMD does. It tells you you're dying anyway from whatever.
Oh yeah,
every symptom you have.
Every symptom. And
I have headaches. You got brain cancer. Okay.
And then go see the doctor. It's always with the caveat. Oh, go see your doctor. So here's all the advice I'll give you, but I really can't give you any of the advice. So go see your doctor. All right. I'm sure though that is something that you're thankful for.
Thank you for that expository. I appreciate that.
Maybe I just looked at an MD. I had a little rash that I was looking at. I'm trying to figure out what I did.
You had malaria, right?
I do. There you go. All right, Nick, I'm sure there's something else internationally on the international level that you would be thankful for, right? What do we have here?
Absolutely. I am thankful for this. So if you didn't know, and this is just the other day, really put things into perspective for me, the police have arrested a suspected Russian hacker on the island of Phuket. That's in Thailand, who was wanted by the FBI here in the United States on allegations he was behind cyber attacks in the US and Europe. This really, I think, to me, puts things into perspective because I am grateful that we have a ton of international law enforcement cooperation around the world. We have Five Eyes, we have Interpol, the FBI coordinates with, all of the various agencies in Germany that are federal. And we are able to basically go after criminals wherever they are. This is a guy that, left Russia, was being tracked by international law enforcement on behalf of the FBI, landed in Thailand, and the Thai authorities in cooperation with everybody else basically arrested this guy. I mean, I think that really shows that whatever the state of the world, most countries are still united by a common legal framework that will not shelter cyber criminals. And I think that's great. And we have some outliers, we all know the Russias and the North Koreas of the world, but I hope for the most part, the world continues to cooperate internationally on legal enforcement. And quite frankly, I hope that never changes. So I'm very thankful for that as well.
So we got a legal hack for hackers.
Well, So you're talking internationally. What about Dubai? We talked about them now having taxi services at the top of the deal. How are they as a nation area for cyber criminals?
Well, so the problem that we have coming from the Middle East is that what we have essentially is shelter among a lot of different countries for various extremist groups. And by virtue of that, we've seen the sheltering of things like Al-Qaeda, ISIS, and all of that. I'm not blaming any one government or another, but we have a serious problem with that. So, for example, the leaders of Hamas during this entire Israeli-Gaza conflict, whatever you want to call it, I'm not adjudicating that, they were living in Qatar. So they were outside the area of operations as their people were basically just being bombed and bombed and bombed. So the Middle East in and of itself, not just Dubai, or the United Arab Emirates has this problem. It's a systemic issue. Look at Yemen, look at Oman. There's a lot of places there that are difficult for that. But, we also have a lot of international cooperation among governments though, as well. Right. So we'll see what happens there.
All right. Now, you know what? We're going to start kind of moving on to our next topic here. So you got your cyber criminals, your state-sponsored threats that are taken care of. Nick, what are you thankful for in the realm of AI?
Oh, Lord. Well, I'm looking as a fat American. I'm looking forward to my robot shoes, powered by AI that'll let me run a mile.
Yeah, is that exciting?
Like you, I got bad knees, man. But no, honestly though, I think one of the biggest boons to cybersecurity is artificial intelligence. We've had a big push over the years to really integrate AI into things like threat detection and threat intelligence. And this year has really seen it being supercharged. And so the front end of cybersecurity and cyber warfare is AI fighting AI. And so the more that we are baking in AI into the threat and detection services, the more we're using it, to automate things, the better and faster we're going to be against the cyber criminals. And I mean, this is, I think, such an important thing that most people don't understand. You go download your $20 antivirus, you think your computer is Fort Knox. It's not. We have artificial intelligence that is innovating around that, which means we need artificial intelligence to understand that innovation as well. So I'm very thankful in that realm for artificial intelligence and how it is basically supercharging or starting to supercharge our defensive technologies. And I think that needs to continue and it needs to increase, and despite my issues with, artificial intelligence and the 800 billion data centers we need to run it, not to mention electricity and water and everything else, I am glad for this aspect of it. And so I think I think that's a good thing.
That's great. That's great. So you know what? AI in the right direction can be useful.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There.
Now,
technology exists.
Now, Nick, when you guys are using it, what type of language models do you kind of use for your threat detection? Are you guys using a standard? Are you using Anthropic's kind of hidden behind the wall? What do you guys use for your AI threat detection that you personally at Security Fanatics recommend or use?
Yeah, so I don't publicly recommend products only because we vet our products every 90 days.
Okay.
And so what I recommend now, somebody uses, and a year later, like, Nick, you're an idiot. This got me hacked. It's like, well, dude, I haven't recommended that in 6 months. But I will say this, some of the more advanced systems out there, the more enterprise level threat intelligence systems, are actually creating their own machine learning and deep learning models that are based on an understanding of what are called IOCs, or indicators of compromise. This is also one of the reasons why the CVE database is beyond important, because this is something that artificial intelligence can train on. Think about having every known vulnerability going back, 25, 30 years in one shot, that the AI can start to understand and start to make variants on, say, oh, well, they did it this way, they might be able to do it this way as well. That's why CVE is so important. That's why artificial intelligence is so important, because I or any other human could not possibly memorize all of that and then think of the thousands and thousands of variations on those vulnerabilities like an AI can. So those companies that are not leveraging just, oh yeah, we're just baking in ChatGPT to this thing. And I mean, there are aspects of that are important, but creating your own deep learning threat intelligence system that is allowed to self-execute to prevent infection, to prevent hacking, is the name of the game. And I think that's super important.
Perfect. See, Nick's thankful for many different things that we're all thankful for.
That's better than the Halloween show.
the Halloween show.
Different animal, man.
Different audiences.
Yeah. I mean, you want this to turn into Halloween? Start playing Mariah Carey right now for me, and you'll
no, I'm okay with Halloween only being once a year. Man.
That's all right. All right, Nick,
I love Halloween.
How can people get in touch with you? How can they maybe talk to you about all the craziness from the Halloween special? Where would they go to connect with you off of the show?
Yeah. You can like, share, follow me, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube /Nick Espinoza. It's mostly /Nick Espinoza or /Nick AESP on your social media platform of choice, except for TikTok. Never TikTok. But other than that, come hang out. I love saying hi.
All right, Nick.
Until you're in Australia.
Until you're in Australia. then he'll be safe. Well, we'll see if that really takes itself off.
Yeah.
What happens when you self-penalize companies? Either A, they decide to pull, or B, the checks in the mail.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out.
All right, that ends our.
Not gonna work.
That's right.
We all know that. We all know that.
We know that too. Yes. Yeah. All right, that ends our segment with Ask the Expert with Nick. Up now, we have Mike's mesmerizing moment.
Welcome to Mike's mesmerizing moment.
What does Mike have to say today? All right, Mike, I kind of asked you a little bit about this when the article came on up, but would you use walking assisted shoes or some other kind of device that helps stimulate workout movements to help you or to help other people exercise?
I think that depends on what's going on. Like for somebody who is younger and in better shape or doesn't have a lot of physical ailments, I don't think that's a good way to help out. But if you have somebody like me who almost 30 years doing martial arts, I used to do a lot of extreme sports. My knees are gone. So wearing something that assists me going up and down the stairs, that might be helpful. But as a rule, I would say this is not something that you would use to promote exercise, because it all boils down to taking effort off of the musculature, the musculoskeletal system, and placing it in a device that doesn't give you the same benefits. What it always boils down to is, what is it being used for? The technology exists for a purpose. What is the purpose?
Okay, that makes sense.
Right?
Mike, thanks for that mesmerizing moment. Up next, we have This Week in Technology. So now would be a great time to enjoy a little whiskey on the side, as we will be doing so during the break as it's been breathing. You're listening to TechTime Radio with Nathan Mumm. See you in a few minutes.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, so you know what? We need people to start liking our social media pages.
If you like our show, if you really like us, we could use your support on patreon.com.
Or is it Patreon? I think it's Patreon.
Okay, Patreon. If you really like us, you can.
And you say I'm the English guy?
Patreon.com.
I butcher the English language?
You know you butcher the English language.
Okay, so it's
all the time.
It's Patreon.com.
Patreon.com. If you really like our show, you can subscribe to Patreon.com and help us out.
Oh, and you can visit us on that Facebook platform. You know, the one that Zuckerberg owns?
The one that we always bag on?
Yeah, you can. We're on Facebook too.
Yeah, like us on Facebook.
Do you know what our Facebook page is?
TechTime Radio.
At TechTime Radio. Yeah. You know what? There's a trend here.
It seems to be that there's a trend, and that's TechTime Radio.
Or you can even Instagram with us.
And that's at TechTime Radio.
That's at TechTime Radio. Or you can find us on TikTok.
And it's TechTime Radio.
It's at TechTime Radio.
Like and subscribe to our social media.
Like us today. We need you to like us.
Like us and subscribe. That's it?
That's it. That's that simple.
And now, let's look back at this week in technology.
All right. In the Wayback Machine, we're going to November 26th, 1996. MP3s take over the music world. On this day, the U.S. gave the patent to German's Fraunhofer Institute for something called a digital encoding process. That's a fancy way of saying the birth of MP3. Before MP3, music files were huge. You couldn't fit many songs on your computer or early portable players. The firm figured out how to shrink these files down while keeping the sound good enough for everyday listening. Suddenly, you could carry hundreds of songs instead of just a handful. Now, the work started all the way back in the late 70s, and by the mid-80s, they had cracked the code. In 1996, the U.S. patent made it official. And if it's still going strong today, even after these years, MP3 is around to stay. It's not going anywhere. Sure, we get newer formats with sharper sound, but MP3 wins on a simplicity and compatibility. It plays on almost anything, including phones, cars, computers, smart speakers, and any other little device.
Wow.
So when you think about Napster, iTunes, or iPod, just remember none of this would have happened without MP3s. Nearly 30 years later, it's proof that sometimes the simplest tech is the one that lasts. All right, that was This Week in Technology. If you ever wanted to watch some Tech Time history with over 270 plus weekly broadcasts spanning our 4+ years of video, podcast, and blog information, you can visit us at techtimeradio.com to watch our older shows. We're going to take a commercial break. When we return, we have the Mark Mumble Whiskey Review. See you after the break.
How to See a Man About a Dog. It combines darkly comic short stories, powerful poems, and pulp fiction prose to create a heartbreaking and hilarious journey readers will not soon forget. Read How to See a Man About a Dog, collected writings, for free with Kindle Unlimited. Ebook available on Kindle, print copies available on Amazon the Bookpository, and more.
The segment we've been waiting all week for, Mark's Whiskey Mumble.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
What do we got today for our day of the week?
I don't know. Mark's kind of relaxing over here.
November 25th, whatever.
Is it a nonchalant day?
Oh, pretty close.
This is National I Don't Give a Crap Day.
Aloof
Very
day.
close. What's the French word for all that?
Did Odie say
Is there a
aloof?
French word?
Yes.
Toilette. I don't know. What is it?
Blase day.
Blase
Blase.
Day. Okay, well.
Blase.
You do blase
day.
very well, Mark.
Thank you. It's a wonderful, weird holiday clearly invented for Mike. A
What?
day when the effortless worldly can roll their eyes at anything that fails to meet their impossibly high standards. So go ahead, revel in calling things meh. Enjoy being unimpressed. Take comfort in not pretending anything is amazing like AI. Today, being delightfully underwhelmed is the point.
Yeah, I think that's a mischaracterization, buddy. I want to yell people to get off my grass, except I have to do it at the city park because I don't have a lawn.
But now you can buy shoes that will help you get upstairs quicker.
Meh.
All right, tell us more, Mark.
Well, what am I not blasé about?
Whiskey.
Liquor.
Okay, those are all true. But however, today I am hitting my 1-year work anniversary.
Oh.
And that's why we're finally
Really?
opening the special bottle I bought the minute my offer letter hit my inbox.
It's been a year already.
Wow.
Yes, it has.
Man,
I've been staring at this for 12 long months, and now I finally get to crack it open and share it with my friends here today.
Wow.
So actually, I'm sharing it with you guys,
I'm really going to be blasé about
my
that,
friends
buddy.
and my radio show people.
Okay.
And then right after this, I'm sharing it with my work friends and my work team.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
We're having a little get together right after this.
Oh, wow.
and,
Fantastic.
Celebrating.
That sounds great.
Translation: real friends.
Well, you know what? We're all friends together.
Now,
Meh.
Tell us a little bit about this.
all right,
whiskey.
Little Book, The Infinite Edition 1 marks the first ever line expression for the brand and its inaugural release in this new series. The blend brings together 4 bourbons representing 3 generations of the No family: grandfather, father, and son. Booker, Fred, and Freddie No being 6th, 7th, and 8th generation master distillers, along with one shared family component. For this first batch, 70% of the blend was bottled, while the remaining 30% was stored in a tank to halt aging. That tank portion becomes a foundation for a yearly release, with each new edition layering in an additional component and evolving the series into a truly infinite whiskey blend.
Okay.
So did that answer your
It
question?
does, yeah.
Thank you.
Meh.
See,
I'm just going to be blasé the rest of the
I
day.
love it, Mike. Now, this whiskey is legitimately impressive for me. It hits with a full, rich body, carries deep layered flavors, and delivers a long, satisfying finish that sticks around all the way the right ways. The blending work really shows. It drinks bigger and more mature than the age statement would suggest, and everything feels intentionally and dialed in. For me, this would easily land in my top 5 pours of the year. It is one of those rare bottles where the story, the craftsmanship, and the flavor all line up and deliver exactly what you hope for.
All right.
Woohoo.
Fantastic.
I don't know if you guys are into it as much, but I am thoroughly
you know what?
enjoying it.
You actually need to let it breathe. The very first taste that I had of that was nasty.
Well, that's usually why we never do fresh cork pops. Usually when I bring a bottle in, even if I bought it recently, I will open it, let it breathe, do a pour or two before I bring it in.
Because it's way different than the first 10 seconds of the.
Yep.
All right. You know, whiskey and technology are such a great pairing. Like
Can't
Brussels sprouts and green bean casseroles for your holiday feast.
How is
Green
How is
bean
that a
casserole
pairing?
is horrible. We've had this before, and we've talked about it. It's horrible.
Well, these are the best 2 things of Thanksgiving.
this? Okay, that coming
A little-
from you,
a little
that's
Brussels
wrong.
All
That's,
right.
that's
Odie,
just-
what do you got?
Like pumpkin pie and whipped cream.
Oh.
See, Odie gets it.
I get it.
No.
You don't.
You know what? For the nerds out
And
there.
you don't like Brussels sprouts.
Like
I don't know what you're
mashed
talking about.
potatoes and gravy, like stuffing and turkey. They were all there.
That's
Okay.
so easy that we have just passed those by for something a little bit more
Do
complicated.
you like Brussels sprouts, or
I
do you
do.
like Brussels sprouts that are cooked in bacon grease and
No,
have bacon on them and cheese on them?
I actually will eat Brussels sprouts raw. You can actually grate them as a part of a salad, like type
I
of
have
deal?
trouble seeing that. I have trouble believing that.
Whoa.
I think that's like some sort of mystery thing that you like to.
No.
I can just see you going down into the kitchen and be like,
Yeah, he dips them in ranch.
probably.
We just had
we
we just had shaved Brussels sprouts in a salad. We went out. My wife and daughter went out to see Wicked last Thursday.
Okay.
Opening or close to
Oh,
opening night.
say did I?
Woohoo.
Woo!
Woo!
And we went out afterwards to celebrate, I guess, them watching the second part of Wicked.
Okay.
And we had that salad. It's delicious.
Fantastic. All right. Well, there you go.
But it was a terrible pairing.
No. Yeah. Now let's prepare
Nathan
for our
doesn't
technology
understand
fail of the week, brought to you by Elite Executive Services.
Congratulations. You're a failure.
Oh, I failed. Did I?
Yes.
Did I?
Yes.
This week, I'm thankful for companies pulling products that are not geared toward their intended audience. Today, our technology fail comes to us from a toy company trying to push AI toys. Sales from an AI-powered teddy bear that's been suspended after alarming safety concerns.
Freddy.
Now, the company behind the toys, called Foil Toy, pulled the product from the shelves following a customer's watchdog report. Investigators found that the toy would freely discuss sexual explicit topics, including BDSM, and even give advice to finding knives or matches. Among the toys that was a teddy bear named Kuma, a panda named Moma, a rabbit named Fofa, and a dancing little cactus. All of them are
Momo and Fofo.
And none of them are available online. I tried to buy these devices all over everywhere.
Of course,
I could. Well, that's the problem. They use ChatGPT 4.0 model, which, you can pretty much ask it just about anything. They had no real hard limits on it. And so essentially you could ask it. It would tell you how to kill things. It would tell you how to do this. It was just an open version of ChatGPT 4.0 for your 4, 5, and 6-year-old to explore the world with.
The revenge of Teddy Ruxpin.
There you go. All right. Well, you know what? Let's move right now onto our Nathan Nugget.
This is your Nugget of the Week.
All right. To be followed up, of course, by our secret sound. So we got our technology purchases to pass on for Black Friday. So let's talk about it. This is the time that you can purchase and probably would like to purchase a laptop. This is the time to get a good laptop at a steal of a deal. There's the Apple MacBook Air, which is under $950 for Black Friday's sales on Amazon. You can buy a Dell laptop, 14 plus for $749. That was like $1,200 just a couple weeks ago. And you can even buy a budget laptop for a Dell 15 laptop that you can see a Dell Inspiron anywhere between $299 to $399, normally sold for $799 at Best Buy. Do take a look at some cell phone deals, but do not purchase a new TV. This is not the time to purchase a TV. The time to purchase a TV is during the Super Bowl weekend. That's when you get the best deals and the best TVs. If you purchase a TV now, you are going to be purchasing about the same sales price that you would have gotten for Super Bowl of this year at the same price point. So do not do that. But now let's move on to our secret sound. All right. That is our extended sound. Nobody has guessed that sound yet. Nobody has called in. Nobody has gone to techtimeradio.com, clicked on the microphone. I do know that there's some longtime listeners that are kind of waiting for this episode to air, and they may immediately do it. So if you know what the sound is, immediately right now, jump online, go to techtimeradio.com. Click on the contact us and leave a message.
You better hurry up. Whiskey Chris knows what it is, I think.
Does he?
And he pinged me and he was going to do it after last week's show. He figured it out, he thinks.
Okay.
And he's like, oh, but nobody else has guessed. I might just wait another week or two and get more money.
You may be
trying to.
I said you better
capitalize
hurry
on that dollar amount.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's now move to our pick of the day whiskey tasting.
And now our pick of the day for our whiskey tastings. Let's see what bubbles to the top.
All right. What is not blasé or meh is Little Book, the Infinite Edition 1. And just for those listeners, they just released, I think last month, Edition 2, which I've not been able to procure yet. This is from Beam Suntory. It's straight bourbon, a blend of 4 bourbons from age 7 to 20 years, 119.3 proof. MSRP was $200.
$2,000.
$200. Wow.
$200.
Mike, what do you give it? A thumbs up?
I'm going to give it a thumbs up.
Okay. You know what? I would have given it a thumbs down at the very first pour. Knowing the information in there.
It's in the right glass, Mark.
It is in the right glass. I have decided
to put it in the beer glass, it would be a thumbs down.
This is his way of being a connoisseur. Okay?
What's that?
It does need to open up.
It does.
So I've had a few tastes of it, not from this bottle, of course, but from other bottles that have been open a while, and it really comes alive. But a lot of the whiskeys that we have here, you have to open and let sit for about a month.
That makes sense.
But I am going to grab this bottle as we end the show and run over to my work, and we're going to have a little celebration.
Well, congratulations. You're at your new job.
Yes,
it's been.
It's not a new job anymore.
I know it's been a great year, and this next year looks to be even better.
There you go. All right. Well, we want to thank all of our listeners for joining the program. Listeners, we want to hear from you. Just visit techtimeradio.com, click on the Be a Caller, and ask us a question on technology in our TalkBack recording system. This is the same system that you can win the secret sound. We're up to $25 now, $5 each week. It keeps on going up and up and up and up. We want to grab that for the holiday time. You know what? Thank you so much, guys. I am thankful for my great staff here at TechTime Radio.
Oh, we're staff. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Boy.
You know what?
I'm not sure if that's very revealing.
You know what? From all of us, you know what? Have a great Thanksgiving weekend.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us on TechTime Radio. We hope that you had a chance to have that moment today in technology. The fun doesn't stop there. We recommend that you go to techtimeradio.com and join our fan list for the most important aspect of staying connected and winning some really great monthly prizes. We also have a few other ways to stay connected, including subscribing to our podcast on any podcast service, from Apple to Google and everything in between. We're also on YouTube, so check us out on youtube.com/techtimeradio, all one word. We hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did making it for you. From all of us at TechTime Radio, remember, Mumm's the word. Have a safe and fantastic week.